In today's video, we are going to create this foot slider in After Effects. But before we get into the video, about 98% of you watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So please do well to subscribe to my channel to help me grow and to help me do more videos like this. So without wasting much time, let's dive straight into the video. So to start, let's create a composition for our project. Okay, so you click on this button. I'm going to use the 4K resolution for this composition. Okay, and I'm using the frame rate of 25 frames per second. And you can leave the rest as it is and then click on OK. Now I'm going to create a new solid by right clicking here, selecting new, and then solid here. So I'm going to choose this orange color, click on OK. Good. I'm going to create another solid again. This one I'm going to choose a lighter color. Alright, so we have this. Good. So the next thing I'm going to do is let me bring up my title and action safe. Okay, and then Control R to bring up my release, and let me click on this guy to place it in the middle. Okay, now let me turn this off. Now let me highlight on all of these and then bring up my position property by pressing on the P button here. Now let me select this layer and let me move it to the right side, and then let me select this layer and then move it to the left side like this. Okay, now I'm going to expand my timeline like this, and then let me move the playhead to the 1 second mark. And I'm going to create a keyframe on the position here and then the position here. Let me bring it back and let me move this out of frame, and then this one to out of the frame. Let me turn on motion blur here. So let me play. You get this. Okay, this is so static, so let me right click on it and then easy it. Let me go to the speed graph, and then I'm going to let me zoom in this. So let me drag this closer to this. Let me drag this also closer. Sorry. Make sure all of it is selected, and then you drag it so you get this mountain-like shape. Okay, so good. Now the next I'm going to do is to import my assets here. So I have these assets I'm going to work with. All right, now I'm going to import this into my timeline. That's the mobile phone frame. Let me increase the size a bit. Okay, like this. It's okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rounded rectangle, and I'm going to create this shape around the frame of the mobile phone. I'm going to change its fill to white. Now let me bring it beneath the mobile phone frame. So let me adjust the size to fit the phone. Okay, let me check below. So the next thing to do is to go to the roundness property, and then increase the roundness so that its edges will be hidden behind the frame of the phone. Okay, the next thing to do is to create below here an order button here. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to grab my rectangle tool this time around. I'm going to create this. I'm going to change the color to, let me go to a bit yellow. Okay, something like this will do. Let me bring it back or beneath the phone frame, and then let me zoom in to correct the visibility outside. Okay, Increase this a bit, so you are still seeing this. Let me see, and bring this. Okay, so let's put this in like this. Okay, so let me try and round its corners a bit, okay, to correct the edges. So all right, okay, so so the next thing to do is to create the other button here. Okay, so I'm going to grab my rectangle, sorry, my rounded rectangle here, and then I'm going to draw this button. I'm going to change its color to match this, and then so I'm going to grab my type tool, and I'm going to type in here Ordana. Let me change its color to white. Sorry, and then scale it to fit the button here. Okay, so to get the perfect alignment, make sure these two layers are selected. Go to the align panel and then you center them. Okay, all right, now so we have this, it's looking good. Now let's select the button shape, and then let's go to effect and process and search for drop shadow. All right, so let me increase the roundness a bit, and then the distance to a bit, so we have this. This looks good. Now the next thing to do is to place your logo somewhere here. So to do that, I'm going to grab my rounded rectangle. I'm going to draw a shape here like this. I'm going to type in logo. Okay, so I'm going to change, sorry, I'm going to position it here, and then let me scale it down to fit. So let me center it again, so this and that, and it is being perfectly positioned at the center. Now to do next is to bring in our burger. Okay, so I select this and I drag this onto my composition, and let me scale it down. Good, position it at the center, so this looks good. Okay, so what we are going to do is what we want to achieve is if the background comes in, then the mobile phone tool will come to the screen or come to the composition from below, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to create a null object, new, go to layer, new, and then null object, and I'm going to parent all of these with the exception of these two solid layers. Okay, so I'm going to parent all of these to the null object, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on motion blur for all of these layers, and then let me bring up the keyframes to guide me. So select these two and then press on view to show the keyframes. Okay, so to the last keyframe, I'm going to select the null object and then press P for position and create a keyframe here, and then move to 2 seconds and then create another keyframe here. So I am going to drag this down out of frame. So you're going to have this. Okay, so let me right click on this and then keyframe assistance and then easy ease, and then just before this closes, this is supposed to start coming in. Okay, so we have this. It's very slow. Okay, so you hold down the Alt key and then you try and then bring it closer for faster movement. Okay, so this comes in back like that. Good. So immediately this comes in to the screen. What you're going to do next is to scale or make the burger pop up out of the mobile phone frame. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select the burger layer and press S to bring up the scale property. So this comes in. Let's create a keyframe here and then move a bit forward and then increase the scale like this, and then you don't want it to come back to its original position, but a bit larger than how it was originally. So I think this is okay. So if you play, you are going to have this part and it comes in. Good. So let us highlight all of the keyframe and then ease all of them, and then let's go to the speed graph, and then let me this that's so okay. So let's see how it is going to look like. Comes in. Good. Now the last thing, we are going to effect and preset, and then we are going to set for wiggle, and then you are going to select the wiggle position and drag it onto the burger. Okay, so if you play, it comes in part and it starts to move slightly. Okay, so good. Now the next thing to do is to bring up the text. Okay, so immediately this comes in. Okay, then our text should slide from the left side. Okay, now let me grab my type tool and type in burger. All right, so let me increase it a bit like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me change the color of this to match I think this is okay. Now immediately this comes in and this one slides up like this, then our burger should also come in from the left side. Okay, so let me toggle down to the text property here, and I'm going to add animation for position. Okay, so the position, let me create a keyframe here, and then before this one comes up, then the burger 2 will come in. So another keyframe, so let me push this out like this, so it's going to look like this. Comes in part, but I want to offset the coming in of the burger text. Okay, so I'm going to go to range selector and then I'm going to create an offset here. I'm going to create a keyframe here and then move to the end position. I'm going to offset it with 100 here, and let's see how it works. Good. So let me position this back and play from the beginning so you get. Okay, so let me highlight all of them, keyframe assistant, and then easy ease. Okay, so we have this burger, and then from the right side we want to have a discount. So I'm going to duplicate this by Control D, and then I'm going to move this to the left side. Okay, so I'm going to change this to 20% discounts, and I'm going to decrease the size of the discount text a bit. Okay, I'm going to decrease the leading to this. Okay, so let me position this somewhere here. Now it is also going to come in. Okay, so let me correct this. So the keyframes, so the position of this is supposed to be out of the frame. So I'm going to go to the range selector, the advanced, and this time I'm not going to base it on characters. I'm going to choose width. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Good. So let me offset this a bit. Okay, so let me collapse this, and then let me select these two layers and then press on U to bring up the keyframes. Okay, so I'm going to offset the 20%. Okay, so I'm going to move this a bit ahead like this to offset it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now let me highlight all of these, press and hold the Alt key, and then move this further to slow it down. So good. All right, so I think this is okay. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to change the color to, let me see, will this be okay? I don't know why it's acting like that. So let me press on OK to see. So let me, okay. Now I think this is looking good. So if you play from the beginning, you are going to get this comes in part. Then it will start wiggling. Good. So what we are going to do next is we are going to pre-comp all of this. Okay, so I click select pre-comp. I'm going to name it burger slide 1. Okay, so let me go to the property, the project panel here. I'm going to select this. So let me see, it's going to play from 0 seconds to, and start to, so when you get to 4 seconds, the 4 second marker, 4 second marker, press and hold Alt and then the right square bracket. Okay, and then I'm going to select this and then duplicate this here. So I'm going to name this as pizza. Okay, so pizza, I'm going to click and drag this onto my composition one here, and I'm going to move this ahead to the side. So what I'm going to do is, let's go into the pizza composition, and then where we have this, we are going to change this to the pizza image. Okay, so pizza, so you hold down the Alt key and you drag this, and then make sure it is on top of the burger image, then you leave it. Okay, so it is going to turn to something like this. Now we are going to make sure that these two, that the name and then the discount is supposed to be below the phone and everything. Good. Now we are going to change this to what? Pizza. So change it to pizza. All right, so we have, if you play it from the beginning, you are going to have this. So let us position the pizza to the right side, sorry, to the left side a bit. Okay, good. So comes in pizza. That's so so on the 8th second mark, you press and hold down the Alt key and then the right square bracket to cut or to split it on the timeline. And then we are going to, on the pizza, we are going to duplicate that again, so Control D, and then we are going to rename this as pancake, sorry, and then I'm going to drag the pancake onto this, and I'm going to make sure it comes in right after this. So I'm going to get into this composition where I see pizza. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and drag this onto it like this. So so let me change this to quarter. So okay, so the side, we are going to correct the size of the pancake. So you press on U to bring up the keyframes. So let me expand this a bit. So it comes in at this, it looks very small, so let me increase it here. Good. Let me bring up the positioning. Okay, so I press S to bring back the scale property. So the next scale, okay, this looks good, so let me increase it a bit. And then the next is supposed to be out of the frame like this. And then we are going to change this text to what? Pancake. Okay, so let me change the alignment to left with this and bring the position to somewhere here. So if we play from the beginning, we are going to have this comes in pancake 20% discount, and then this will start wiggling. Good. So in all, we have it's supposed to have 12 seconds. Okay, it's supposed to end at 12 seconds. So move to the 12-second mark. I select this and then Alt and then the right square bracket. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to create transition for all of these 3 sliders. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's expand this on the timeline here, and then let's create a position keyframe for this. Okay, so bring up the position property by pressing on the P button here, and then create a keyframe here, and then come here too, and then create a keyframe. Now we are going to move the slider up for the next slider to come in. Okay, so we have this. So you make sure that the motion blur has been turned on. So we have this, and then this one starts to come in. So let me bring this here. So immediately it goes, then this one starts to come in. All right, so let me highlight on all of these 2 keyframes, go to keyframe assistant, and then easy ease. Okay, so let me zoom out and see how it works. Good, so it works perfectly. So I'm going to copy this keyframe, so Ctrl+C to copy this, and then I select this and then come to somewhere here and then paste. So you press on U to show the keyframes. So let's make sure this one has been moved forward a bit. This one comes in like that. So if you play from the beginning, we have this slice up, and then this one comes in. This one to slice up, and then this one comes in. So basically, this is how we create this this foot slider in After Effects. So if you learned a new trick, a new technique in this video, and also you like this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe, and then also like and share this video. And without wasting much time, Charlie, let's see ourselves in the next video. Stay blessed.